What if I told you that the most powerful cardiovascular medicine on earth isn't sitting in a prescription bottle at your local pharmacy, and it certainly isn't trapped inside a rancid, oversized fish oil gel tab sitting on your bathroom counter right now? Most people in the modern Western world have been brainwashed to believe that the only way to protect their blood vessels, lower systemic inflammation, and prevent arterial stiffness is to swallow isolated animal fats that smell like the bottom of an ocean floor and hope for the best. But here is what the multi-billion-dollar supplement cartel does not want you sitting with too long. Entire ancient civilizations thrived with pristine cardiovascular health, supple arteries, and roaring vitality for thousands of years without ever swallowing a single factory-processed capsule. They received their abundant omega-3 fatty acids directly from living whole foods, foods that came packaged by nature with a protective army of fiber, polyphenols, enzymes, and mineral cofactors. These natural compounds act as biological bodyguards, allowing those delicate omega-3 fats to absorb faster, convert more efficiently, and protect your heart cell membranes more completely than any synthetic isolated pill ever could. Today, modern clinical science is finally catching up to ancient wisdom. Researchers are confirming that when you consume whole food omega-3s, you are not just swallowing fat, you are activating an entire biological ecosystem that repairs endothelial linings, clears cellular debris, and restores natural circulation. Today, we are opening the ultimate natural pantry to examine 12 extraordinary omega-3 rich foods that modern science reveals may support your heart health, ranked from deeply restorative to absolutely transformational. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we publish new evidence-based protocols every single week, connecting cutting-edge biochemistry with the real, whole foods your body was designed to thrive on. Let's get into the science. 1. Blueberries, the antioxidant army that defends your heart's omega-3 fats. Let's begin somewhere unexpected, because when most people hear the phrase heart-healing omega-3 superfoods, their minds immediately jump to wild salmon, chia seeds, or walnuts. They almost never think of deep blue summer berries, and that exact misunderstanding is why we must start right here. Blueberries contain a small but meaningful amount of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, the foundational plant-based form of omega-3. However, their true biological gift to your cardiovascular system isn't just the fat itself, it is the impenetrable antioxidant shield they build to protect the omega-3 fatty acids already circulating inside your bloodstream and cell membranes. Here is the exact biological mechanism you need to understand. Omega-3 fatty acids are polyunsaturated fats. Structurally, that means their molecular chain contains multiple double bonds, making them incredibly flexible, fluid, and biologically active inside your body. That dynamic flexibility is precisely what allows omega-3s to keep your blood vessels elastic and your cell membranes soft. But that exact same double bond structure makes omega-3 fats hyper-vulnerable to oxidation. When unstable free radicals attack unprotected omega-3 fats in your blood, those fats turn rancid inside your tissues, a destructive process known as lipid peroxidation. Oxidized omega-3 fats do not heal your heart, they trigger arterial inflammation and damage the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. This is where blueberries act as the ultimate biological bodyguard. Blueberries are overflowing with anthocyanins, the intense blue and purple flavonoid pigments that represent some of the most potent free radical scavengers known to nutritional science. Clinical research published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry revealed that anthocyanins from blueberries significantly attenuate cellular oxidative stress markers in human subjects, specifically halting lipid peroxidation and protecting fragile polyunsaturated fatty acids from decaying inside tissue membrane walls. Furthermore, a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that regular daily blueberry consumption significantly improved endothelial function, the biological health and elasticity of the inner lining of your blood vessels. When your endothelial lining is healthy, your blood vessels produce natural nitric oxide, relax freely, and maintain smooth blood flow. Think of blueberries as the defensive line. Without them protecting your systemic lipids, the precious omega-3 fats you consume get destroyed before they can ever reach your heart. Eat a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries daily. Blend them into smoothies, top your morning steel-cut oats, or eat them raw by the bowlful. They are the essential protective layer that makes every other omega-3 food on this list perform at its peak potential. 2. Raspberries, soluble fiber, gut microbiome balance, and systemic inflammation. Moving from the protective antioxidant shield of blueberries, we land on our second extraordinary superfood, raspberries. At first glance, most people view raspberries as nothing more than a delicate, sweet summer treat. But when you examine their biochemistry through the lens of cardiovascular health, you uncover a profound mechanism that directly governs how your body processes anti-inflammatory fats. Raspberries are among the most fiber-dense fruits in the entire botanical world. A single cup of fresh raspberries provides an astonishing 8 grams of dietary fiber, delivering nearly a third of your daily requirement in one sitting. Why does fiber matter so intensely for omega-3 health? Because chronic, low-grade systemic inflammation is the silent predator that neutralizes omega-3 fatty acids before they can repair your cardiovascular system. When your gut microbiome is out of balance, dominated by inflammatory bacterial strains driven by ultra-processed foods, refined sugars, and industrial seed oils, your intestines continuously leak bacterial endotoxins, such as lipopolysaccharides, LPS, directly into your bloodstream. This triggers a perpetual cascade of systemic inflammation, which consumes and degrades your tissue supply of omega-3 fats. Raspberries intervene directly at the gut level. The soluble fiber and complex polyphenols packed inside raspberries act as potent prebiotics, selectively feeding beneficial bacterial strains such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. As these beneficial bacteria ferment raspberry fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, predominantly butyrate. Butyrate serves as the primary cellular energy source for the epithelial cells lining your colon, repairing tight junctions and sealing the intestinal barrier against endotoxin leakage. Research published in the medical journal Gut revealed that higher dietary fiber intake was directly linked to significant reductions in circulating C-reactive protein, CRP, one of the primary clinical biomarkers of systemic inflammation that omega-3 fatty acids strive to suppress. Additionally, raspberries are loaded with ellagic acid, a natural polyphenol with extensively documented anti-inflammatory and cellular protective properties. Traditional European and Middle Eastern herbal medicine historically utilized raspberry leaf and fruit as cooling tonics to soothe internal heat and digestive irritation. Modern biochemistry now confirms that by restoring gut wall integrity and lowering systemic inflammatory stress, raspberries clean the biological terrain, creating an optimal environment for omega-3 fatty acids to repair your heart and arteries. Enjoy them raw, stir them into chia pudding, or toss them into your morning smoothie to cleanse your internal pathways. 3. Blackberries, ancient medicine, modern molecular mechanisms, and NF-kappa B regulation. Our third cardiovascular ally carries a heritage that stretches back to the very dawn of recorded human history, blackberries. Long before clinical trials or molecular biology existed, ancient Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, and Native American healing traditions revered wild blackberries as sacred plant medicine for digestive ailments, blood purification, and joint stiffness. Archaeological excavations across northern Europe have discovered preserved blackberry seeds inside ancient human settlements dating back over 2,500 years, proving that wild berries were a fundamental pillar of ancestral diets. What makes blackberries so indispensable for omega-3 synergy is their dense concentration of dark anthocyanins, catechins, and complex tannins that target master genetic switches controlling cellular inflammation. Modern molecular research published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry discovered that active blackberry polyphenols directly inhibit the activation of nuclear factor kappa B, NF-kappa B. NF-kappa B is the primary genetic master switch inside your cells that triggers the production of inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha. When NF-kappa B is hyperactive, your blood vessels remain in a state of constant burning inflammation. By blunting NF-kappa B activation, blackberries suppress the fire of vascular inflammation. This works in precise, complementary harmony with plant-based ALA omega-3 fatty acids, which your body converts into specialized pro-resolving mediators, SPMs. Compounds that actively resolve inflammation rather than merely suppressing it. Furthermore, blackberries supply essential vitamin K, manganese, and meaningful trace amounts of ALA fat inside their tiny seeds. Rather than allowing oxidative stress to consume your precious omega-3 stores, blackberries clear the inflammatory burden, freeing up your fatty acids to perform their essential work, nourishing brain cell membranes, maintaining blood vessel elasticity, and stabilizing blood pressure. Incorporate fresh or frozen blackberries into your daily routine. Eat them raw by the handful or blend them into rich, protective antioxidant purees. 4. Strawberries, vitamin C synergy, fatty acid transport, and cellular senolysis. Moving from the wild, historical remedies of blackberries, we arrive at our fourth cardiovascular guardian, strawberries. Strawberries are globally beloved, yet in the realm of clinical nutrition, they harbor a biological synergy with omega-3 fatty acids that is almost completely ignored by mainstream dietary conversations. Most people assume that getting enough omega-3s is simply a matter of eating fat, but fatty acid metabolism inside the human body is an intricate enzymatic assembly line, and strawberries deliver the exact molecular cofactors required to make that assembly line run at peak performance. Here is the precise metabolic connection that nutritionists rarely discuss: the biochemical transport of long-chain fatty acids, including plant-based alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, into the cellular mitochondria for energy conversion and tissue integration depends heavily on a compound called L-carnitine. Your body cannot synthesize carnitine without abundant, bioavailable vitamin C. If your systemic vitamin C levels are depleted, your body's ability to synthesize carnitine becomes bottlenecked. As a direct result, even if you consume high amounts of omega-3 fats, your cells struggle to transport, process, and incorporate those fats into your cell membranes effectively. A single cup of fresh strawberries supplies over 85 milligrams of bioavailable vitamin C, easily exceeding your daily recommended baseline intake in one delicious serving. Clinical research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that optimal vitamin C status operates in direct synergy with dietary omega-3 fatty acids to improve arterial compliance, reduce vascular stiffness, and lower systemic blood pressure. Furthermore, strawberries are one of the concentrated natural sources of fisetin, a unique flavonoid that modern geroscience has identified as a potent senolytic agent. Senolytics are natural compounds capable of targeting and eliminating zombie cells, damaged senescent cells that refuse to die and continually secrete inflammatory cytokines into your bloodstream, accelerating arterial aging. Traditional folk medicine across Europe historically prescribed strawberry preparations to purify the blood and restore physical vitality. Modern biochemistry now reveals the truth. Strawberries provide the vitamin C anchor and senolytic clearing power that allows your omega-3 metabolism to burn clean and heal your blood vessels. Consume them fresh, add them frozen to your morning smoothies, or slice them over soaked chia pudding. 5. Mango, tropical bioavailability, beta-carotene, and endothelial protection. Our fifth superfood takes us into the golden tropical orchards of South Asia, where a sacred fruit has been cultivated for more than 4,000 years. Mango. Ancient Ayurvedic medical treatises classify the mango as a rasayana, a supreme restorative food capable of rebuilding physical strength, nourishing the blood, and guarding the heart against premature decay. Ancient Sanskrit literature celebrated mangoes not merely as a sweet indulgence, but as medicinal food fit for kings and healers alike. While modern nutritional cynicism often dismisses mangoes as high-sugar tropical fruit, that narrow view misses the profound biological machinery operating beneath its golden skin. Mangoes are exceptionally rich in fat-soluble carotenoids, particularly beta-carotene and beta-cryptoxanthin. Clinical research published in the Journal of Nutrition established that elevated circulating carotenoid levels directly correlate with reduced systemic inflammatory markers, specifically blunting interleukin-6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha, the exact pro-inflammatory cytokines that cause arterial wall swelling and drive atherosclerosis. However, the real crown jewel of the mango's medicinal repertoire is mangiferin, a unique natural polyphenol found almost exclusively inside the fruit, skin, and bark of the mango tree. Medical research reveals that mangiferin possesses powerful cardioprotective, anti-diabetic, and endothelial protective properties. Mangiferin actively stabilizes blood sugar metabolism and protects vascular tissue from advanced glycation end products, AGEs, sticky protein sugar crosslinks that stiffen arteries and destroy microvascular circulation. Because metabolic dysfunction and erratic blood sugar spikes severely impair your liver's ability to convert plant-based ALA into active EPA and DHA, foods like mango that defend metabolic integrity act as vital allies in your internal omega-3 ecosystem. To maximize its biological benefits, always pair mango with a small amount of healthy fat, such as a spoonful of hemp seeds or a few raw walnuts. Because carotenoids are fat-soluble, the presence of healthy fats increases their biological absorption up to 5-fold. Enjoy fresh or frozen mango as a biological catalyst that keeps your metabolic engine clean and your arteries supple. 6. Kiwi. Sleep, serotonin regulation, cortisol reduction, and enzymatic conversion. Our sixth cardiovascular ally brings us to a small, bright green fruit packed with a biological key that connects heart health to an unexpected biological system. Kiwi. Kiwi is widely recognized as a nutrient powerhouse per gram, but its deepest contribution to your internal omega-3 ecosystem operates through a pathway that most traditional cardiologists never examine: the biochemistry of deep restorative sleep. A clinical study published in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that consuming 2 kiwi fruits 1 hour before bed for 4 consecutive weeks produced statistically significant improvements in sleep onset, total sleep duration, and overall sleep efficiency in adults with chronic sleep disturbances. Why does sleep quality govern your heart's ability to utilize omega-3 fatty acids? Because the enzymatic conversion of plant-based alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, into biologically active eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, is strictly regulated by specific liver enzymes, primarily delta-6 desaturase. These delicate enzymes are extraordinarily sensitive to cortisol, the primary stress hormone secreted by your adrenal glands. Chronic sleep deprivation spikes nocturnal cortisol, which directly suppresses delta-6 desaturase activity, halting your body's ability to convert and utilize omega-3 fats. Kiwi resolves this enzymatic bottleneck through its remarkably high serotonin content, which serves as the direct biochemical precursor for melatonin synthesis in your pineal gland. By optimizing melatonin production and lowering nocturnal cortisol, kiwi restores the hormonal environment required for delta-6 desaturase to function at full capacity. Additionally, kiwi provides more vitamin C per gram than fresh oranges, alongside vitamin K, folate, and actinidin, a unique proteolytic enzyme that enhances dietary protein digestion. Improved protein digestion ensures that your body absorbs the essential amino acids needed to build and repair vascular enzymes. Consume 2 kiwis in the evening or blend them whole into your daily green drinks. 7. Papaya. Proteolytic enzymes, intestinal integrity, and fat absorption. Moving from the sleep-regulating machinery of kiwi, our 7th superfood takes us to the tropical islands of the Pacific and Central America: papaya. When Christopher Columbus first encountered the papaya in the Caribbean in 1492, he famously marveled at its refreshing qualities and called it the fruit of the angels. For centuries, Polynesian, indigenous Central American, and Asian healing traditions prescribed fresh papaya leaf and fruit to heal stubborn digestive disorders, cool internal inflammation, and accelerate wound recovery. The cardiovascular relevance of papaya centers around a fundamental truth: you are not merely what you eat. You are what your digestive tract actually absorbs and metabolizes. Polyunsaturated omega-3 fatty acids are delicate lipids that require an intact, non-inflamed intestinal mucosal lining, healthy bile secretion, and functional pancreatic lipases to be successfully absorbed into systemic lymph and blood circulation. If your intestinal lining is chronically inflamed, your body excretes these valuable fats unabsorbed. Papaya contains papain, a powerful proteolytic digestive enzyme that breaks down complex protein matrices, soothes damaged intestinal tissue, and restores mucosal integrity. Clinical research published in Neuroendocrinology Letters demonstrated that standardized papaya preparations significantly decreased gastrointestinal oxidative stress markers and attenuated mucosal inflammation in human subjects. By healing the mucosal lining, papaya ensures that the delicate ALA fats you eat are efficiently absorbed into your bloodstream rather than lost. Furthermore, papaya is loaded with lycopene, beta-carotene, vitamin C, and folate, a powerful blend of carotenoids and vitamins that scavenges vascular free radicals and prevents circulating LDL cholesterol from oxidizing inside arterial walls. Eat fresh papaya on an empty stomach in the morning to awaken your digestive fire, optimize fat absorption, and protect your heart. 8. Pomegranate, L-gitannins, mitophagy, and vascular nitric oxide production. Our 8th cardiovascular superfood brings us to one of the most venerated medicinal fruits in human history: pomegranate. Pomegranates have been cultivated across the Mediterranean basin and the Middle East for over 5,000 years. Ancient Egyptian papyri recorded its use as a blood tonic, while the Old Testament, the Quran, and ancient Ayurvedic texts continually celebrate the pomegranate as a symbol of fertility, longevity, and arterial health. Hippocrates himself, the father of modern medicine, prescribed pomegranate juice to soothe systemic fever and repair internal inflammation. While pomegranates are not directly prized for their lipid content, their biomolecular contribution to your heart's ability to utilize omega-3 fatty acids is nothing short of extraordinary. Pomegranates are the single richest dietary source of punic elegans, massive, unique L-agitannins that are metabolized by your gut microbiome into bioactive urolithins, specifically urolithin A. Landmark clinical research published in Nature Medicine revealed that urolithin A triggers mitophagy, the vital cellular recycling process that identifies, clears, and replaces damaged, decaying mitochondria within your cardiovascular cells. Why does mitochondrial health directly govern omega-3 fatty acid performance? Because every single cell lining your blood vessels depends on healthy mitochondria to convert omega-3 fats into localized pro-resolving mediators and to produce endothelial nitric oxide synthase, ENOS. When your vascular mitochondria are degraded by chronic oxidative stress, your blood vessels lose their ability to synthesize nitric oxide, causing arterial walls to stiffen and blood pressure to rise. A groundbreaking clinical trial published in Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that daily pomegranate consumption significantly decreased LDL oxidation, reduced arterial intima media thickness, a direct measure of carotid artery plaque buildup, and enhanced systemic blood vessel elasticity. The protective polyphenols in pomegranate act as a biological defense system, protecting delicate omega-3 fats circulating in your blood from lipid peroxidation. Eat fresh pomegranate arils, blend them into functional purees, or drink small amounts of pure, 100% unrefined pomegranate juice. It is ancient heart medicine fully validated by modern molecular cardiology. 9. Avocado, monounsaturated fats, carotenoid absorption, and endothelial elasticity. Our 9th cardiovascular superfood represents one of the most critical foundational allies on this entire list: avocado. Cultivated for over 5,000 years across Mesoamerica, the Aztecs revered the avocado, calling it ahuacatl, and valued it as a staple food for physical endurance, metabolic vitality, and cardiovascular strength. Native cultures instinctively understood that avocados were not merely a tasty food, but a powerful source of sustained energy and internal repair. The biological brilliance of the avocado lies not in being the highest direct source of plant-based omega-3s, but in its unparalleled role as a lipid absorption catalyst and vascular inflammatory buffer. Omega-3 fatty acids, along with critical fat-soluble antioxidants like lutein, beta-carotene, and vitamin E, are biologically incapable of absorbing through your intestinal wall without the simultaneous presence of healthy dietary fats. A landmark clinical study published in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that adding half an avocado or avocado oil to a vegetable salad increased the human body's intestinal absorption of fat-soluble carotenoids by 3 to 5 times. Those exact same carotenoids act as internal shields, embedding themselves directly into your cell membranes to protect omega-3 polyunsaturated fats from oxidative destruction. Furthermore, avocados are loaded with oleic acid, the famous monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid that gives extra virgin olive oil its celebrated heart protective properties. Clinical research demonstrates that oleic acid actively inhibits cyclooxygenase 2, COX2, the inflammatory enzymatic pathway responsible for vascular swelling and joint pain. By reducing baseline vascular inflammation, oleic acid preserves your body's localized omega-3 supply, allowing those delicate fats to perform structural repairs rather than being consumed in a constant battle against inflammation. Add half an avocado daily to your salads, smoothies, or grain bowls. It is the ideal nutrient delivery vehicle that ensures every other heart-healing food on this list operates at peak efficiency. 10. Walnuts, structural ALA fatty acids, L-agitannin metabolism, and vascular elasticity. Our 10th superfood brings us to a nut whose distinct physical structure has mesmerized natural healers for centuries: walnuts. Crack open a whole walnut shell, and you are immediately greeted by 2 deeply convoluted hemispheres protected within a hard wooden casing, an anatomical structure that uncannily mirrors the human brain and the delicate chambered architecture of the human heart. Medieval European herbalists, operating under the ancient doctrine of signatures, held that nature imprinted visual clues upon physical plants to signal their specific healing virtues to mankind. Long before the advent of magnetic resonance imaging or serum lipid chromatography, early clinical observers noted that populations consuming daily walnuts maintained supple arteries and vibrant cognitive vitality well into their twilight years. Modern vascular science now validates what ancient intuition observed. Walnuts stand out as the undisputed king of tree nuts when it comes to plant-based omega-3 fatty acid density. A single 1-ounce serving of raw walnuts, roughly a small handful, delivers an exceptional 2.5 grams of pure, unrefined alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. This massive concentration makes walnuts one of the most accessible whole-food omega-3 delivery vehicles on the planet. But the cardiovascular magic of the walnut does not rest solely upon its fat content. When you consume raw walnuts, your digestive system absorbs a complex matrix of unique polyphenols known as L-argitannins. As these L-argitannins pass into your lower GI tract, your gut microbiome metabolizes them into bioactive compounds called urolithins. A landmark clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging revealed that daily walnut consumption significantly improves vascular endothelial function, improves systemic arterial compliance, and reduces circulating low-density lipoprotein, LDL, particle counts in older adults. The biochemical synergy between walnut ALA and urolithins operates like a dual-action vascular shield. While ALA integrates directly into the phospholipid bilayer of your endothelial cell membranes to restore biological elasticity, urolithins actively scavenge free radicals, preventing arterial plaque calcification and dampening systemic vascular inflammation. To preserve these delicate polyunsaturated fats and bioactive polyphenols, always eat walnuts raw or lightly toasted. Store them in airtight glass containers inside your refrigerator to protect their oils from light and heat degradation. A daily handful of walnuts remains one of the simplest, most deeply researched dietary protocols for safeguarding your cardiovascular tree. 11. Chia seeds, hydrated bioavailability, mucilaginous fiber, and sustained arterial protection. Our 11th cardiovascular powerhouse brings us to an ancient seed whose history is steeped in legendary physical endurance and ancestral strength, chia seeds. The word chia originates from the ancient Mayan language, translating directly to the word strength. For thousands of years, chia seeds served as the primary field ration for Aztec warriors embarking on high-altitude military marches across Mesoamerica. Famed indigenous distance runners, such as the Tarahumara of northern Mexico's Copper Canyons, relied almost exclusively on a traditional hydrated chia seed tonic known as isquiati to sustain extreme endurance, maintain electrolyte balance, and prevent systemic muscle and joint exhaustion over 100-mile mountain runs. From a molecular standpoint, chia seeds are a biological marvel. A 2-tablespoon serving, just 1 single ounce, supplies an astonishing 5 grams of pure alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, omega-3 fatty acids, delivering more plant-based omega-3s per gram than almost any other commercial food source on Earth. However, here lies the critical biological trap that millions of modern health-conscious individuals fall into every day. Chia seeds possess a tough, fibrous outer seed coat designed by nature to survive intact through an animal's digestive tract. If you sprinkle dry chia seeds over your yogurt or swallow them whole without proper hydration, that protective outer shell remains largely unbroken. The valuable omega-3 oils trapped inside pass straight through your digestive system unabsorbed, leaving you with zero vascular benefit. To unlock the true cardiovascular medicine stored inside chia seeds, you must hydrate them. When exposed to liquids like water, nut milk, or natural juices, the outer coating of the chia seed absorbs up to 12 times its weight in water, expanding into a thick, mucilaginous gel. This soluble mucilage fiber acts as an extraordinary biological buffer inside your gastrointestinal tract. It dramatically slows the absorption of dietary sugars, preventing post-meal blood glucose spikes that trigger vascular inflammation and damage delicate arterial walls. Furthermore, soaking chia seeds softens their outer pericarp, rendering the rich internal ALA fatty acids 100% bioavailable to your digestive lipases. A study published in Plant Foods for Human Nutrition confirmed that consuming hydrated or ground chia seeds significantly elevates plasma EPA levels and reduces systemic inflammatory markers, including high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP. Prepare overnight chia seed puddings, stir soaked chia into your morning oat bowls, or blend hydrated chia gel into your daily antioxidant smoothies. Respect the biology of the seed, and it will deliver a continuous stream of heart-healing omega-3s directly into your bloodstream. 12. Ground flax seeds, the ancient bioactive crop, lignin concentration, and systemic inflammatory suppression. Our 12th and final superfood brings us to the ultimate monarch of plant-based omega-3 nutrition, a crop whose historical lineage spans the full tapestry of human civilization: ground flax seeds. Archaeological excavations in the Caucasus region have uncovered microscopic linen fibers derived from wild flax dating back an astonishing 30,000 years, proving that prehistoric human societies harvested and utilized this extraordinary plant long before the advent of organized agriculture. In ancient Egypt, flax was revered as a holy crop. Priests wore fine linen woven from flax fibers, and Egyptian healers prescribed raw flax seeds to soothe internal gastrointestinal inflammation and restore metabolic strength. The historical authority of flaxseed is further cemented by the 8th century Emperor Charlemagne, ruler of the Franks, who was so profoundly convinced of the health-restoring properties of flax that he enacted strict royal laws requiring his subjects to consume flax seeds regularly to maintain a robust and resilient workforce. Across every major historical epoch, from ancient Mediterranean trade routes to traditional Ayurvedic medical systems in India, flax seeds were continuously prized as a foundational medicine for cardiovascular vitality. Modern lipid biochemistry provides an overwhelming scientific explanation for why ancient civilizations guarded this crop so fiercely. Flax seeds represent the densest concentrated plant source of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, in the entire botanical kingdom. Just 2 simple tablespoons of ground flax seeds provide roughly 3.8 to 4.5 grams of pure, highly bioavailable ALA omega-3 fatty acids, delivering more than double the daily recommended baseline intake in a single serving. When incorporated into human cellular membranes, flaxseed ALA decreases membrane rigidity, enhances arterial flexibility, and regulates blood viscosity. However, the cardiovascular medicine of flax seeds extends far beyond its fatty acid profile. Flax seeds are the single richest natural source of lignans, a complex class of bioactive polyphenols and phytoestrogens. Flax seeds contain up to 800 times more lignans than any other common plant food on Earth. Once consumed, your gut microbiome metabolizes flax lignans into bioactive mammalian compounds known as enterodiol and enterolactone. A landmark double-blind clinical trial published in the journal Hypertension demonstrated that daily dietary flaxseed supplementation produced significant, lasting reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in patients with systemic peripheral artery disease. The researchers discovered that flaxseed lignans actively inhibit soluble epoxide hydrolase, an enzyme that breaks down your body's natural blood pressure-regulating oxylipins, thereby allowing your arterial walls to relax freely. Furthermore, randomized controlled trials published in the Journal of Nutrition confirm that regular ground flaxseed intake significantly lowers circulating high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, and pro-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-6, IL-6. But here is the non-negotiable preparation rule that governs the efficacy of this ancient superfood. Whole flax seeds possess a smooth, virtually indestructible fibrous outer hull designed by nature to resist human digestive acids. Swallowing flax seeds whole means they will travel straight through your gastrointestinal tract without releasing their delicate internal oils. You must grind them. Purchase whole organic flax seeds, grind them fresh in a small coffee grinder, and store the ground flax in an opaque glass container in your refrigerator or freezer to prevent lipid peroxidation. Add freshly ground flaxseed to your morning smoothies, stir it into warm oatmeal, or fold it into baked breads. It is the ancient, time-tested food that modern clinical cardiology repeatedly validates. We have journeyed together through 12 of the most extraordinary, time-tested, and scientifically validated superfoods known to human nutritional science. From the deep cognitive vascular synergy of walnuts and the hydrated biological efficiency of chia seeds, to the ancient agricultural heritage of ground flax seeds, hemp seeds, purslane, edamame, kiwi, papaya, pomegranate, avocado, sesame, and cruciferous greens. You now hold the complete blueprint to daily cardiovascular nourishment. Notice the fundamental truth that ties every single one of these superfoods together. Real, lasting heart health does not come from isolating a single molecule inside a factory or swallowing synthetic gel capsules that oxidize before they ever reach your cells. True healing comes from whole food synergy. When you consume these ancient foods in their unrefined forms, you are receiving fatty acids perfectly packaged alongside natural antioxidants, essential mineral cofactors, enzyme activators, and bioavailable fibers designed by nature to protect, absorb, and utilize those delicate omega-3 fats. The multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical and supplement industries want you to remain dependent on expensive prescriptions and synthetic pills. They rely on public confusion and systemic nutritional ignorance because whole foods growing in gardens or sold in local produce aisles cannot be patented for massive profit margins. But ancestral wisdom and modern molecular biology agree. Your kitchen pantry is your primary medicine cabinet. Take control of your health starting today. Soak your chia seeds to unlock their internal ALA oils. Grind your flax seeds fresh to release their arterial relaxing lignans. Enjoy a daily handful of raw walnuts to nourish your brain and heart cell membranes. Seek out wild purslane. Incorporate minerals from pumpkin and sesame seeds. Protect your vascular lipids with pomegranate polyphenols and enhance nutrient absorption with healthy avocado fats. By transforming your daily plate into a functional healing matrix, you provide your cardiovascular system with the exact biochemical tools it requires to cool systemic inflammation, support arterial elasticity, and maintain lifelong vitality. You do not need a prescription pad to reclaim your health. You simply need the willingness to nourish your body with the living foods it was designed to thrive on.